Welcome, friends, to the midweek witching hour edition of our program, At the Edge of the Unknown. I'm Colby Chambers, and I'll be your guide this evening as we navigate the waters of the strange and wander the darksome paths of myths and legends lost to history. As we count down to All Hallows Eve, we'll be bringing you a variety of shows related to the holiday, as well as discussing the various cultures from which it stems. So prepare yourselves for some delicious treats and maybe a trick or two. Meanwhile, we'll start off with some tasty tidbits, a small preview, if you will, of some of our upcoming shows. And tonight, we'll be discussing some of the theories on the location of the Lost Ark of the Covenant. Yes, that same ark made popular by that magnificent film, you know the one. Intrepid adventurers, evil Nazis, booby traps, last-minute rescues, and melting faces. So first off, a little history. The ark was constructed around the 16th or 17th century BC as a communication device between God and the high priest, and was placed in the Holy of Holies. Now we'll discuss the ark itself in more detail another time. Tonight we're going to focus on where it might be, and even then only briefly. Also, we're going to hop around in time a bit rather than following a linear progression. So without any further delay, here, in no particular order, are the theories as to this sacred object's location. The ark may well have been destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar's army during the siege of Jerusalem around 587 BC. However, the lists of objects removed by the army do not indicate the ark anywhere on them. Now, it's also been theorized that the ark was stolen by the Romans when Titus invaded the Second Temple in 70 AD. But the Holy Scriptures don't mention that the ark ever turned up any time after the 6th century BC, so we can probably scratch that one off the list. Another very interesting theory is that it was secreted away by Menelik, the son of Solomon and Sheba, around 950 BC, and now resides in the ancient church of St. Mary of Zion in northern Ethiopia. Yet another possibility is that it resides in or around the Holy Land, perhaps buried in a cave on the top of Mount Pisgah, near the cleft where the early church historian Eusebius claimed that Moses was buried. Or perhaps hidden in a secret tunnel between the Temple Mount and Qumran, in one of the caves alleged to have been built by King Solomon. And yet another theory holds that it remains buried near the Dead Sea on the west bank of the Jordan River. One of the more interesting and mysterious possibilities is that it was taken by the prophet Jeremiah, who hid it on Mount Nebo, or in another apocryphal tale, taken by Jeremiah to Ireland along with a stone of destiny around 605 BC. The Arab historian Numari claims that it was taken by the Knights Templar to Europe in 1189 AD. Or perhaps it is, some believe, buried beneath the Temple Mount and caught the holy blood of Jesus as it trickled down through cracks in the earth, covering the mercy seat for the redemption of mankind. And perhaps the most supernatural of all theories is that it was removed by God himself to heaven. After all, the revelation indicates that the ark, or at least a version of it, is there. Soon we will explore these ideas in more detail. Until then, my friends, stay safe and keep exploring past the edge of the unknown.